Everybody, welcome to Columbia Wine Company. We're featuring some special wines for the Valentine's weekend, and some of the wines that we have, we're having a promotional counter set up for them. And the wines, as you can see, are put together on the counter here on the display. And it's a play on words for Valentine's Day. And if you would imagine, social media has taken off with a lot of one-word messages, and in this case, these wines are no exception. One of them is called Taken, if you would, and all of these are used in quotations. Complicated, available, and then we go from there to a Crush, and then we have the Mi Amore, which is my love, and then a Love Noir, a dark kind of a love, and a Quickie. So these are all types of plays on words, but there's actually gems in these bottles, not only because of the style of wine that they are, but also who's making them and why they are so strong on the list. For example, the first wine that I want to feature for you is a Napa Valley red blended wine. It's a blend of Cabernet and Merlot, and it's called Taken. This wine is a vintage of 2013. We have it featured at $32, but during a special tastings that we will have, there will be a 10% discount. The wine is actually has quite a bit of a pedigree. It comes from two winemakers, Trinchero and Phelps, and most of you may know Josh Phelps, or son of Joseph Phelps, is a very big, very well-known winemaking family, and that's his efforts in here. We continue with his efforts and his friend to complicate it. A very jammy Pinot Noir with a lot of good minerality to it. It sees a little bit of aging, so it still has that liveliness of the Pinot Noir. And it's a Sonoma County Pinot Noir, which means that it's a cooler climate that shows very well balanced acidity. It's a delicious Pinot Noir that they're producing. But they didn't stop in California. They moved on to another region of the world that's very, very famous for wines, and that's the Italian counterpart. So from the same wine company, they went ahead and put together a red blend. And this is red blend very reminiscent of what you would find in Tuscany, and we normally refer to as Super Tuscan. But this comes from Puglia region, and they call it a red blended wine. A blend of Sangiovese, which is a very delicious, well-balanced type of a grape, mixed in with Cabernet and Merlot. So it has good, soft nuances to it, very nice and fruity, and it's very, very easy drinking wine. And the next wine, everybody may be familiar with this type of grape, is Pinot Grigio. A very simple style of wine, but quite refreshing with wonderful minerality. Because it comes from the region of Puglia, it's a little bit warmer, so it will have some warmer citrus notes to it. Something like a pineapple that's a little bit more tropical citrus versus a lemon, which is from the cooler climate, and that would be the Pinot Grigio. Apothic Crush is one presentation from the Apothic Wine Company. There are many, many different labels of them, but the Apothic Crush is a little bit of a fruitier, lighter, easier drinking wine. This one has a good blend of Zinfandel, Syrah, Cabernet, and Merlot, and it's fantastic, wonderfully drinking bottle of wine. I recommend that for sure as a cocktail, red on Valentine's Day. Then we move on to another entry that we have in here. This is an Italian but a sweet wine. It's called Mi Amore. It's an Italian sweet wine. It does have a little bit of a higher alcohol percentage than the normal sweet wines you would find, because most sweet wines are around 5 to 8%. This one is a little bit higher, but Mi Amore is also a blended red, and it's also a slightly sweet Italian one. Love Noir has gotten a lot of press recently. The winemaker has put a lot of effort selecting the grapes. It's a very, very small production, and the wines are quite jammy with a lot of fruit. Now, the jamminess means that it feels like there's a mouthfeel to it, meaning that when you start to drink it, you feel like there's substance. It's not so watery. So it's a heavier, thicker style of wine. Then the next one that we get to is, again, as I said, some of these are play on words, and this one is a Quickie. This is the, as you can tell, it's an Australian take on a Sauvignon Blanc. And Australian Sauvignon Blancs normally have a lot of warmer citrus notes to them. So again, we refer back to something like a little bit of a grapefruit, a little bit of a pineapple, and you find those nuances in there. Extremely delicious drinking wine. And one of my favorites recently is going to be this rosé. And the rosé is a fantastic style of wine with ever so little frizzante, meaning that a slight amount of bubbliness to it. So it not only can serve as an aperitif, like a cocktail, champagne if you would, but not necessarily very bubbly, but also at the same time in the finish of the meal. So this would be an excellent entry for you. So I just want to wish everybody happy Valentine's Day, and once again, come and visit us at Columbia Wine Company. Thank you.